Hi everyone, my name is Laird Nasuli and I am the CEO of iEmergent. Our mission at iEmergent is to help lenders succeed through constantly changing market conditions. We provide forward-looking, highly accurate forecasts that are the foundation of what we do, and our technology and tools help lenders turn our data into insight and insight into action. In a few moments, we are going to show you some examples of how our Mortgage MarketSmart solution can help executives and sales teams with both strategic and tactical challenges that they face in their individual markets and across their enterprise. So if you're a lender, why would you use MarketSmart and the data behind it? Well, fundamentally, it would be to grow your lending business. And that could be through expanding into new markets or focusing on new borrower segments, or it could mean growth that occurs by increasing your market share and improving your competitive position in your current markets and in critical segments that you're already in, like minority and LMI borrowers. Either way, our solutions will help you capture more loans by quantifying where opportunities will be, understanding and finding the opportunities you've missed, and giving you the insight you need to create strategies that position you today for where you want to be tomorrow. Now, Bernard Nasuli, iEmergent's COO, will showcase some of the features of MarketSmart as a lender who is losing share in one of their markets, Indianapolis.
I'm a lender, and I'm going to show you how I used Mortgage MarketSmart to boost my sales across my entire footprint. First, at the executive level, in order to prioritize my markets and develop strategies across my enterprise. Second, as a sales leader, in order to find missing opportunity, especially in diverse markets to LMI borrowers. And then finally, as a loan officer, I use Mortgage MarketSmart to cultivate better relationships with sales agents across my market. We are looking at Indianapolis, Indiana, at the county level and showing in this heat map the amount of purchase opportunity there will be in 2021. And by opportunity, we simply mean the number of purchase mortgage units and dollars in each county. Once I've identified where the opportunity is in the market, I can then add my branches. But now I'm going to drill in deeper and remove the county level layer, and what I'm left with is total purchase opportunity in 2021 by census tract. And we can see that the red census tracts now have between $180 and $308 million of opportunity next year. Again, this is forward-looking data. Now I'm going to add our originations on top of the opportunity. With these three pieces of information, 1, the forecast, 2, my branch locations, and 3, my originations, I can immediately start seeing where I have potential gaps in coverage in my market. As we zoom in to a specific branch location, for example here, I can see that I have originated some loans around the branch. However, I'm sitting right next to a $228 million census tract, and I haven't originated any loans there. I am leaving money on the table as I have an entire census tract worth untapped in 2021. So what can I actually do with this information? First is I sit down with a loan officer sitting in this branch, and I show Mr. or Mrs. Loan Officer they need to focus specifically their efforts on areas with the most opportunity. Second, I can make sure that if these loan officers are in fact handling as much business as they can, then perhaps I need to make a decision to start hiring an additional loan officer or 2. And then finally, I can even use this information to decide whether I need to open a new branch. Now, that's total opportunity that I'm missing. What does the opportunity look like if I'm going after specific segments? So let me zoom out. We can see that the opportunity for African American borrowers in Indianapolis is different than the total purchase opportunity. This segment's opportunity zones or opportunity pockets are in different spots. The same can be said for opportunities for Hispanic borrowers. The same can be said for Asian borrowers. Although we're looking at the same market, Indianapolis, we can see that depending on which segment or segments we're going after, we will need different strategies in order to reach each segment. The same can be said for LMI borrowers as well. Now we're going to identify the LMI CRA tracts. Once we've identified LMI eligible census tracts, each purple census tract representing an LMI or CRA census tract, then we can just isolate them and figure out how well we're doing in terms of originating loans for that segment. But the next and even more important thing is to then quantify my opportunity in LMI census tracts. I can now see that each census tract, especially the ones in red, contain between 184 and 241 total purchase loans for next year. A loan officer might push back and say, "Thank you for showing me where the LMI opportunity is going to be, but what do I do with this information now? How can I transform this information from insight into action?" Now I'm going to add live, real-time listings from MLS. Each diamond you see represents a listing. So if I click on this listing, for example, I can see that this is 1990 Red Oak Drive, and the list price is $315,000, and the listing agent is named here with that listing agent's contact information. And if I wanted to email that listing agent right away, I could simply click on the agent's email address and have an email pop up that's addressed to that agent directly. We can filter the listings by list price, by standard status, whether they're active or not, by zip code, and by days on the market. We can also filter by agent, by their average close price, by their total sold listings, and their average days on the market. The best part about this information, though, is once we go to the data grid view. In the data grid view, we can see that there are 818 total listings, and we can export this information directly into Excel, or even more valuable is if we go to this By Agent tab. The By Agent tab actually provides a list of top listing agents in the market. For example, we can see that Marie Edwards, and here's her contact information, in the past 12 months, she's had 237 listings, of which 50 are currently active, and she's sold 138 properties with an average closing price of $392,000 and average days on the market of 98. We can also use this list as a targeting tool to develop relationships with new agents. Another interesting piece about MarketSmart is that it contains some competitive landscape information. We can see the top lenders in Indianapolis. For example, this is every county in Indianapolis, and if we look across, we can see that, for example, in Brown County, Ruoff Mortgage was the #1 lender in 2019 with a share of 5.67%, followed by Fifth Third, followed by Quicken, and then we can scroll all the way out to number 10, which was Union Savings Bank with a share of 2.55%. We can provide top lender information for every segment in every market, even LMI and custom geographies around any of your branches. Our new Lender Layer tool even allows you to see how every one of your competitors' shares and loans are distributed. For example, in Indianapolis, you can see the distribution of Ruoff Mortgage's 5.1% share.
There are many more features, use cases, and benefits to using MarketSmart than what Bernard showcased today. Ultimately, this opportunity-based approach will help you optimize your resources so that you are not just growing sales, but growing profitability along with it, and in doing so, even when markets are changing.